On my first mock test, I was failing miserably.
Однако, ребята, очень важно понимать, что практика, просто практикуясь и делая мок-тесты, вы не наберете желаемый балл.
My band score is 9.
9 from the first try.
Every time that I did my reading, I got lost in the text and I lost my focus every time.
Я хотела сдаться, прочла фразу Томаса Эдисона, изобретателя лампы.
To focus on the text itself. Do not lose your focus, do not overthink about it. Just read and get what's the context.
I got both of essays were the ones that I wasn't prepared for.
И как вы с этим справлялись?
So there was a moment that I was about to give up.
I think that your problem is here. Your problem is not anywhere else. It's here. It's in the mindset. It's in your incorrect understanding of what studying is.
And then I just went silent.
Успех на самом деле это двигаться от одной неудачи к другой, не теряя энтузиазма. Ребята, всем привет! Добро пожаловать на наш подкаст IELTS Success. Я очень рада вас видеть. До начала подкаста хочу напомнить, что на этом подкасте мы за этим круглым столом делимся с классными инсайтами, с моими high achievers, другими словами, машинами, которые набрали высокие баллы с первого раза. Они будут делиться своим опытом, но тут очень важно понимать, что за этим круглым столом сидят не эксперты. Это люди, которые такие же студенты, кандидаты, которые сдали IELTS на высокие баллы, и на этом подкасте они будут делиться сугубо личным своим мнением, которое может быть не похожим на ваше, and it's okay. But nonetheless, guys, let's start. We usually start by introducing ourselves. We can start with you, Nurshighat. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, your name, your age, and the purpose of taking the exam?
Well, my name is Nurshighat. I'm 17 and I've took my IELTS test to go study abroad.
Thank you so much. What major are you planning?
I'm planning to go into international relationship to become a diplomat.
Okay, great. Sarina?
Hello, my name is Zarina. I'm 17 years old and I took IELTS exam to a university application, and my major is finance and economics.
What countries are you looking at right now?
To be honest, I'm looking at our country. I'm not planning abroad, but I'm planning on the best university in Central Asia, Nazarbayev University.
Thank you so much, Sarina. Aidana?
My name is Aidana. I'm 17 years old and I've also taken IELTS to use it for my application, and I'm planning to become an engineer.
My name is Islam. I'm 17 as well, and I passed my IELTS exam to apply universities abroad, and I'm planning to study molecular and cellular biology for my bachelor's degree.
Interesting. Very respectable job. Guys, can you tell us about your scores? What did you get on your first try?
On my first try, I got overall band 8.
I got 7.5.
I got 8.
I got 8 also.
All right. And what was, if you could underline or highlight one piece of advice that changed your IELTS journey, what would it be? What is the one piece of advice that helped you attain the score from the first try?
I think for me was discipline. Even though you're not satisfied with your progress or you're not satisfied with the results in mock test, just keep going. It will help you really if you never stop and never procrastinate or so on. Discipline helps you a lot when achieving those high band scores.
Discipline. Okay, what about you guys? What helped you?
I think it's person should be honest with themselves. Like when you're scoring low at the beginning of the journey, you should accept that the score is lower now, and you don't have to accept yourself to get band 9 from the first try. In the beginning, you just have to accept your current score and then work on it to get better and better over time.
Yeah, it is essential to not stress out yourself and to not overthink your scores. And a lot of my friends, they feel intimidated by all of their bands, and they ask me some questions about how to get a higher score. But I believe that it is just crucial to try to calm down and just take it with happiness and just try to have fun.
Yeah, enjoy the process. Take off your rose-colored glasses. Important. Nurshighat, what about you?
I agree with Sarina. I believe that practice is crucial, and if you do like a mock test a day, it will really help you because I did so and I've got my score.
Okay, guys, I want to take a look at each section separately now. Listening. What was your score in listening and what helps you achieve the score?
My score was 8.5, and I believe that general understanding of English helped me. Like the person should be already aware of the specialty in English, how people use the words, the accents, and they also should work with context.
Did you find IELTS listening a bit intimidating or off-putting at times?
Yes, I did, because like on my first mock test I was failing miserably. But after a lot of practice, I've gained to understand how it goes. I understood the structure, and I've got my expected score.
Do you guys think that practice alone helps you get these high scores overall and especially in listening?
I think practice just warms up your skills for a time, and then when you start practicing, it's just you get lost when you first hear the audio after quite a long time. I think the most important moment for additional improving your listening skills is having an English speaking environment, like practicing hearing English or speaking to native speaker every day. I have a teacher who teaches us chemistry. He's from Philippines, and we speak with him every day, and I think that helped me to improve my listening skills.
Okay, girls, what about you? Do you think that practice alone could help one, for example, like a student attain a high score?
I think no. Not only practicing, but also creating an English environment, as Islam said. While preparing, I was, for example, when I was eating or doing something that's related to my personal things, I often listened to songs and sang karaoke songs, and while that I was analyzing the words that singer is singing and their pronunciation, how they speak the words, how they how the lyrics are just written. I was paying attention to all of that, and watching films on Netflix that you have provided also in English. All of this English speaking environment really helped me to improve my listening skills and just overall have a great band score.
Thank you so much, Aidana. What do you think? What is your take on it?
I agree with everything what they said about environment. So when I entered to your course, I already had 8 for listening, just because I watched a lot of Netflix shows. I watched all of the seasons of Suits and all of the seasons of Gilmore Girls, and that's why I think I was okay. I was used to listening English speakers, and also I think that listening depends sometimes not only on your skills but on your mood, and sometimes just on other conditions, because your mood is kind of maybe odd that day, you can get a lower score.
Окей. Однако, ребята, очень важно понимать, что практика, просто практикуясь и делая мок-тесты, вы не наберете желаемый балл, потому что я занимаюсь конным спортом, именно в конном спорте занимаюсь дисциплиной конкуром, когда лошадь и всадник, они преодолевают определенные барьеры, но иногда получается так, что мой конь, это получается конь, да, и он, he's a gentleman, and, you know, there's a saying, ladies go first. And he takes that sometimes too literal, because when we are crossing the barrier, he stops, and I cross the barrier first most times. И когда мой тренер говорит, я когда говорю, давайте мы будем прыгать выше барьера, давайте будем прыгать маршруты длиннее, не только 4 барьера, допустим, 8, 9 и так далее, мой тренер мне всегда такое говорит, и он мастер спорта в данном именно в конкуре, и он... Господи, он подготовил очень многих чемпионов именно в данной дисциплине по Казахстану. Он мне говорит, что просто практикуясь и просто тупо прыгая, ты не научишься прыгать. Да, ты будешь прыгать барьеры, но это будет, во-первых, неправильно, с неправильной техникой, и каждый раз ты будешь закреплять эту технику снова и снова и снова, и когда ты сядешь, допустим, на другую лошадь, которая, допустим, резвее, или которая, наоборот, не так хорошо двигается, как твоя лошадь, которая под тобой сейчас, тогда ты просто упадешь и ничего не выйдет. Я считаю, что это отличная аналогия с IELTS, потому что многие ребята делают мок-тесты, это особенно релевантно в таких секциях, как writing и speaking, когда нет обратной связи, объективной обратной связи. Допустим, если в listening и reading есть correct answers, с которыми вы можете свериться, в writing и speaking, да, ChatGPT, вы думаете, можете проверить, но он проверяет неправильно, не всегда appropriately and accurately. Именно поэтому, ребята, просто делая мок-тесты, просто практикуясь, вы просто закрепляете у себя же свои же неправильные привычки, свой же неправильный подход. Именно поэтому важно сначала изучить теоретическую часть экзамена, понять логику самого экзамена, понять, как работает тест, и после этого только начать практиковать. Okay, guys, now let's talk about reading. What is your band score in reading and how did you get it? Zarina, I want to start with you because can you tell us your band score in reading?
My band score is 9.
9 from the first try in reading. And what helps you get the score?
I think the thing that helped me a lot is analyzing my mistakes. While preparing myself, I was not only doing mock tests, but also wrote down my mistakes and analyzed them for I analyzed one question for 10 minutes. Why is this the incorrect answer, or why did I answer that incorrect? And when I reread the text, that looked at it's simple, and all the questions are simple if you do analyze them and understand why they are the right choice. So I was not only taking mock tests on and on, but also analyzing all of them and perfecting every single question type that may come up on the test day.
Very good tip, because, right, guys, just doing mock tests thoughtlessly is not the best strategy. For example, if you take a mock test, always analyze it. Zarina took 10 minutes to analyze each question, so it's 40 questions, 400 minutes roughly, right? So it's 400 if you divide it to 60, what is it going to be? If you divide 360 to 60, it's going to be 6. So Zarina spends around 5 to 6 hours on each mock test. And that's really important, because I've seen many students who come up to me and they say, I've done so many mock tests. I've done mock tests from Cambridge 5 to Cambridge, I think 20 is out right now, 20. And I still get, 5 in reading. Why? When I was preparing for my 9 for the last time, I did only 2 mock tests, but I analyzed them so thoroughly that when I was, doing the real test, I didn't feel as if it was odd or I didn't practice enough. I felt as if I was ready for any question because I already know my weak sides and I know how to work with my weak sides. Aidana, I want to talk about your case, because you said that reading was the most, firstly, scary section and was the most difficult section, but nonetheless, you got 8 in it.
Yeah.
What helps you?
So my first score was 6, and then every time that I did my reading, I got lost in the text, and I lost my focus every time. And sometimes I even got sleepy and maybe fall asleep during the reading section. And that was all before I entered your course. But after some lessons, 1 or 2, I already understood the technique. And I think that I was just lacking a technique and lacking motivation to do that. I just believe that if I couldn't score it from the first try, then I can't do it. I don't have some skills to do that. And because of that, I felt stressed and I didn't want to do that. But then after motivation from my teachers and after some knowledge, I understood that I can do that. And with practice, I got that score.
Я думаю, что самое главное во всех сферах жизни, будь это учеба, подготовка к экзаменам, либо же даже банально возьмем бизнес, да, успех в денежном плане, самое главное, что человек может иметь, это правильное мышление. И именно мы здесь говорим о мышлении, которое Кэрол Дуэк, профессор Стэнфорда, назвала growth mindset. Наверняка вы слышали такой термин, когда человек имеет growth, есть два типа мышления, growth mindset и fixed mindset. Люди, которые думают с fixed mindset, это уже устоявшееся мышление, говоря о том, что либо у меня есть талант, предрасположенность к чему-то, либо у меня его нет. И если у меня что-то не получается с первого раза, то наверняка я не предрасположена к этой деятельности, у меня нет таланта к этому и так далее, то есть я не буду даже стараться. Есть такое понятие, как growth mindset, где где обычно дети младших начальных классов, они воспринимают любую проблему, допустим, math problem, да, как очередной челлендж, и считают, что если они будут больше стараться, если они будут больше вкладывать effort, тогда у них все получится. Я считаю, что родителям очень важно, когда при воспитании детей, особенно при воспитании детей, которые еще очень любознательны, дети же обычно, они задают миллион вопросов, если у вас есть маленькие братья, сестры, вы знаете, что им все интересно, им интересно, почему это белое, почему это черное, почему это называется микрофон, почему бумага такая, а не такая и так далее. И очень важно именно в таком раннем возрасте родителям развивать growth mindset. Важно поощрять детей не за результаты, не за то, что Зарина, ты молодец, ты получила 8.0 overall, не так, а то, что Зарина, ты молодец, ты столько усилий вкладывала в этот экзамен, и я тобой горжусь. То есть именно такое вот мышление порождает growth mindset. То есть человек в дальнейшем, когда уже повзрослеет, начнет думать, что если я буду достаточно усилий вкладывать во что-то, это у меня получится. Знаете, мне многие ребята пишут в комментариях, я сдала IELTS 20 раз, я этим на самом деле горжусь, могла бы это и скрывать, и не говорить, не договаривать, как это многие делают в соцсетях, многие эксперты говорят, что сдавали IELTS намного меньше, чем на самом деле это было. С четвертой попытки я набрала 8.5, и уже с этой попытки я набирала только 8.5, знаете, и тогда, когда вот я хотела сдаться, я прочла фразу Томаса Эдисона, изобретателя лампы. На сегодняшний день, наверное, вы тоже слышали. Каждый раз, когда у него что-то не получалось, был один случай, когда у него вся лаборатория взорвалась, потому что был неудачный эксперимент. Его ассистент сказал: профессор Эдисон, у нас не работает, еще одна неудача. И он сказал: это не неудача, это просто еще один способ понять, как это не работает. И у него есть очень знаменитая фраза, где он говорит, что успех на самом деле это двигаться от одной неудачи к другой, не теряя энтузиазма. Это очень хорошо проявляется наверняка именно в подготовке к IELTS, где можно измерить результаты чем-то, знаете, осязаемым, и очень классно это можно проецировать на, знаете, на бизнес и на финансовом плане, потому что реально многие, на самом деле, люди, многие вот миллиардеры, которые мы видим, да, многие основатели компаний Unicorns, это просто те люди, которые постарались и которые провалили больше раз, чем многие постарались бы. На самом деле это так. То есть, на самом деле, победитель и успешный человек — это тот человек, который проваливает больше раз, чем остальные среднестатистические люди даже пытаются. Я считаю, что, да, очень важно иметь такой growth mindset во время всего. Это касается не только спорта, потому что, okay, I will continue this after Islam. Islam, what helped you get such a high score in reading?
So in reading, I got 8.5, and I think the time management helped me a lot. And to manage my time, I first learned to read faster than I usually do. Like speaking is a test that is limited by time. Only 60 minutes. We have 40 questions, 3 texts, and all the texts are large enough. And the first I developed my skills. The famous technique that calls skimming and scanning. And for that, I've also developed how to read faster, because there are some tasks that requires us to read the whole passage at once. For example, matching headings questions. To get the general idea, for me, it's better to read the paragraph at once, the whole paragraph, and then analyze what's the meaning, then match with the headings. I think that's it.
But do you not think that after this piece of advice, many students would think, oh, I have to work on my time management, and they would completely ignore tactics? I think what truly helped you was a very good understanding of the test use of effective techniques, and I think that might have helped you through, of course, correct practice to allocate your time correctly. Do you not think so?
I think, and also your platform helped me a lot, because on the platform we like focus on specific question types on each of them, and for each question type there is 3 sections on the platform, and for each section there are 2 tests with like several tasks, 3 or 4 or maybe 5 and 6 tasks, and doing them all, that's a really intensive preparing for the test, and that really helps to like harden like sophisticating your skills.
What was the most difficult question type for you?
In the beginning, it was matching questions type, because not matching questions, I mean matching headings. As I said, I was thinking that I have to read whole paragraph at once and so on, and I was reading pretty slow. And then like while doing some practice tests, I noticed that I don't have any problems with that question type anymore. And then it switched to matching paragraph questions.
Can we take a minute and talk about matching headings, guys? Matching headings, or as some call, Roman number question type. Many students find this particular question type to be really difficult and intimidating. What is your one tip, like if you put it very shortly, to the students that could help them with matching headings?
To matching headings, you have to to focus on the text itself. Do not lose your focus. Do not overthink about it. Just read and get what's the context. And then just by comparing all the options with the paragraph's meaning, then you find the right heading easily.
Thank you. Aidan, I think the most difficult question type for you was true, false, ungiven.
Yeah.
What is the one technique that helps you, if you put it like really briefly, really shortly to the students, that helps you overcome this question type?
I think I highlighted all the keywords that I thought were essential, and then I searched for them in the text, and that way I could associate that question, if it's true or if it's false or not given. And at first it was difficult for me to differentiate not given and false, and then I had to practice, and with practice it came to me.
Okay, thank you so much. Nashukat, what about you? What is your piece of advice for reading?
Well, thanks for asking, because reading part is my favorite one. I've got a band 9 in it, and I believe, first of all, we should focus on the structure and criteria, as you both said before, that if you don't understand the questions or how do you have to answer to them, then you wouldn't get the proper answers. So first of all, I believe we should understand how the questions are asked, and after that we have to understand how the text is structured, and after that we may have access to the practices.
Okay, great. Very, very well put, very structured. Thank you so much. What was the most difficult band 9er in reading? Wow, from the first try. What was the most difficult question type for you, and how did you overcome it? Very briefly.
Islam қандай еді?
Matching headings.
Matching headings. I also found it really difficult because it took a lot of time to answer, and it's really confusing.
Even the name is difficult to remember.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and how did you overcome it?
First of all, learned to understand the options, like what the options meant, and after that I've just dedicated, fully read the passages to understand what they say and looked for the traps. Maybe there will be fake keywords, or the answer to the question will be only in one sentence or something like that.
Good. Serena, what about you? What was your most difficult question type? I really wanted to be other than matching headings and true, false, ungiven. And how did you overcome it?
At first, the most difficult one for me was multiple choice question, because when you take the test, you think that every single option is relatable and every single of them are right, and that was not easy for me to choose the one, but the piece of advice I want to give is break down the text as easy as possible for you to understand. When you open the passage, there are a lot of words, academic words that are not easy to understand. So my technique was read every single sentence and break down it as easy as possible, and so that I can teach myself that this text says that and you have to answer that, question says that, and by that I was like teaching 5 years old kid, and I can when I do that, I can understand what the answers are meaning, and I can choose one of them by also highlighting the keywords. Highlighting keywords are really essential. And one thing I did on the test day was highlight all the answers, but if one answer is not relatable, I will erase it immediately so that I can have narrower range of answers, so I can be more analytical and strategic on that. So in the limited time you can do that very quick, and that will help you a lot.
Thank you so much. You highlighted very useful 2 techniques, actually. The technique of Feynman, we'll talk about that in a bit now, and you talked about the technique of elimination of the wrong answers. Both are very right. Когда, знаете, есть такая техника, метод Фейнмана, наверняка вы Ричарда Фейнмана, наверняка вы знаете, Зарин только что об этом нам осветила, нас об этой технике, когда вы изучаете определенный материал, нежели чем просто его глотать, просто брать материал и просто, знаете, изучать данную информацию, лучше изучайте данную информацию, как будто вы после этой study session объясните этот же материал 5-летнему ребенку. Именно, внимание, 5-летнему ребенку. То есть вы должны освоить материал настолько хорошо, чтобы вы могли объяснить этот сложный, допустим, концепт, либо же сложную идею простыми словами. Только, на самом деле, настоящие профессионалы своих дел могут объяснить свою нишу простыми словами. Я думаю, это одна из вещей, которой я очень сильно горжусь, потому что я тоже стараюсь на своем обучении IELTS, и наши учителя, наверное, вы замечали, объясняют очень сложные концепты простыми словами, чтобы было понятно для всех людей, которые учатся в группе. Именно поэтому я считаю, что результат этого простого объяснения сложных и очень важных концептов в экзамене IELTS результатом являетесь вы и ваши высокие баллы. Поэтому, ребята, всегда используйте технику Ричарда Фейнмана, особенно когда вы изучаете язык, это очень классно, вам поможет. Now, guys, let's talk about writing. Do you remember your IELTS writing question types? Like what question type you got and how you handled it? Islam, I see a smile on your face.
So on the task 1, I got a very simple graph, to be honest. It was line graph with only 3 lines. And the 2 of them were showing upward trend, and one of them was decreasing. And I described that. And I was afraid that I could not make it to the 150 words, but actually I reached even 200 words. And for writing task 2, I remember the task was very weird. Like they were asking that some people think that history is not important these days, but other people say that it's mandatory to be taught at schools or something like this. And it was opinions say. They were asking if I agree or disagree.
And what did you write?
I wrote that knowing history is essential for to keeping the national identity of the country. If the older citizens forget about what the country went through till these days, the cultural identity will be lost, and the country would just be a piece of land, not the country itself.
You got a 7 in writing. That's impressive. 7 from the first try, because like listening and reading for some may not be as impressive, but like a 7 in writing is hell of impressive. You should know that. It's insane. All right, so I believe we had this question on the platform. Do you not remember it? Like history is not as important as other school subjects, or no, I think we had like a question like something that science and math are more important than history and something.
I think I've missed that question. I don't remember it from the course.
No, because I remember shooting a video on that, or it was like one of my previous editions, but we had it. I still remember it. All right, guys. Zarina, what was your score? Your score was also your 7er in writing. Tell us about your questions and how you handled them.
I got both essays were the ones that I wasn't prepared for, to be honest. The first one was map, how the town center looks now and how it will be redeveloped in future. I wasn't ready for map. I thought I was gonna get line graph, bar chart, or pie chart, and when I saw the map, I immediately went to part 2. But when I opened part 2, I saw double question. Double question was the most difficult for me. I was hoping for opinion essay or something like that. And when I saw double question and the question itself, that was I panicked for like 2 minutes, and then uh, I was stressed. But then I started to write, and I think it went well. Question was in many schools and colleges, girls choose like artistic subjects like language and so on, but boys choose science related subjects. Why is that a case? And do you think it should be it should be changed or deleted in the future? I hadn't I thought it was easy question, but when I started to think about ideas, why is it the case? I couldn't come up with a single idea, and that was hard for me to like do brainstorm. But it went well after.
I guess because you're a girl who's going into finances, you're like, I don't know why girls would choose other subjects in finance. All right, Nurjika, tell us about your experience.
Well, first of all, I got like a process diagram on my task 1, and it like showed how people use water to produce electricity, and it was kind of confusing because it required a lot of specific words that I didn't knew, but I tried my best, and I got a 7, 7. So the writing task 1 was the hardest for me, but the task 2 was kind of easy because the question was kind of like not so serious. The question was that like most of the students prefer to like to travel or work in their gap year, and like the other people think that they shouldn't have their gap year and go study immediately. So it was discuss was used and give your opinion type of essay, and like I easily agreed with the first opinion because it's like obviously better in any aspect, and like that was easy.
All right, so Aidana, what about you? How did you deal with your writing questions?
So task 1 was also line graph. Also, I think it was 2 upward looking and 1 downwarding. And the second task was agree or disagree question. And it was about, it sounded like this. Business, except of making money, businesses have social responsibilities. Do you agree or disagree? So I said that I agree, and I talked about inclusivity and cultural suit. And after the finishing task 2, only then I started doing task 1. And I think that time management was essential there, but I somehow lost the count of time. And I think that for task 1, I had less time than for task 2. And every, I don't know, I tried to make full of me for like task 2, and I did everything like thoroughly in task 2. I made different examples that were great, but task 1, it was very simple, like a line graph, but somehow because of time management, I couldn't do it better.
Okay, all right. So now, guys, I think we'll talk about speaking a little bit later. Now I want to talk about what Zarina mentioned at the start of the podcast: motivation, discipline, and time management. All of you guys, you're high school students. Most of you are high school seniors, meaning that you have a lot on your plate. You have school exams, you have school assignments, you're preparing for other exams, probably, right? You're preparing for college application, etc. Were there times when it seemed as if it was impossible and you just wanted to say, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, when you lacked motivation a lot?
One time it really happened to me. I was laying in bed and I lost motivation after taking mock test, and I had 6.5 on writing, and I thought for 2 months straight I had 6.5, and I thought that I was helpless. But then I like scrolled on TikTok others IELTS results, and the phrase, like the idea came up to me, like nothing is impossible, and if someone can do that, for example, you have scored 9.0, and if someone can do that, why can't I? I'm also a student, and I can also do that. I have every single like resource. I have my laptop, I have my phone and books. I have everything with me, so why can't I achieve that too? So this motivation kept me up while this journey, and that was really helpful for me to like get up from bed and start doing something. When you start doing anything, something, you will get better. You will get better. Yes.
Exactly. So, есть фраза на русском: «Идущий покорит дорогу». Да, то есть есть другая фраза очень классная: «Если вы не можете бежать, ходите. Если вы не можете ходить, ползите, но не останавливайтесь». И есть фраза Альберта Эйнштейна, который говорит, что жизнь — это как велосипед. Чтобы держать баланс, надо всегда двигаться вперед. К сожалению, многие люди думают, что в целом касается не только экзамена IELTS, но и в жизни, что жизнь, если они ничего не делают, то жизнь просто стоит. К сожалению, жизнь — это не болото, которое может просто стоять бездвижно. Жизнь либо идет вперед, либо идет назад, потому что это такая, знаете, траектория жизни, которая ты либо двигаешься вперед со временем, и время играет в пользу тебя, либо же время играет против тебя. То есть время никогда не стоит просто, да, потому что ничего не бездвижно. У нас всегда в мире, наверняка вы знаете, те люди, которые изучают физику, смотрящие подкаст, то, что все в нашем мире, все в нашей вселенной, по крайней мере, движется от структуры к хаосу. То есть ваша жизнь тоже, она двигалась, она была очень структурирована, когда вы были, да, допустим, в животе у мамы, затем она постепенно двигается к хаосу, и постепенно вы двигаетесь к смерти и так далее. Поэтому такой большой миф, что если я буду просто стоять на месте, тогда жизнь будет стоять на месте. Нет, вы либо прогрессируете, либо регрессируете, это очень важно понимать. Поэтому, несмотря ни на что, всегда двигайтесь маленькими шажочками, но по-любому двигайтесь. Никогда, ребят, не стойте на месте. Касается и экзамена, дорогие студенты, касается и жизни, потому что, знаете, даже вот маленькие шаги, они помогут вам приблизиться хоть на миллиметр к своей мечте. Наверняка вы читали книгу «Атомные привычки» Джеймса Клира, где говорится, что даже если человек меняется хотя бы на 1%, становится на 1% лучше каждый день, то его жизнь меняется кардинально через 1 год. И была такая теория, что, я не помню там точные координаты, но если самолет, который вылетает из, допустим, Нью-Йорка во Флориду, если он на 1 миллиметр двинется и будет на 1 миллиметр идти косо, то он будет не во Флориде, допустим, а в другом совершенно штате, который совершенно находится в другой локации, очень далеко от Флориды. То есть то же самое и в жизни. И такая фраза, что nothing is impossible, это очень правильно, потому что именно поэтому мы выставляем такие посты, где говорим, что вот августовские машины, сентябрьские машины показывают, что такие же ребята, как и вы, набирают свои желаемые баллы с первого раза. Это мотивирует очень многих ребят. Окей, guys, what about you? Когда у вас не было мотивации, когда у вас опускались руки, были ли такие моменты вообще в первую очередь, и как вы с этим справлялись?
So there was a moment that I was about to give up. It was in the beginning of August, I guess. I was too mentally exhausted by IELTS. I was thinking about it every day and every night. I was praying to get a high score every day before sleeping. And I even isolated myself in my room. I was only doing practice tests. I was checking them, analyzing them, and spending all of my time for IELTS. And one day I just mentally broke down. I didn't want to study at all. I just lied on my bed, surfing through the internet and doing everything but except IELTS. And then my mom took me to a mountain hiking for one day. We we went straight to the mountain. We were hiking. Then we set the tents and we were just relaxing out there. And connecting with the nature really helped me to get relaxed a bit. And after, when I returned home, I got like 40 out of 40 for listening and for reading on mock tests. That really helped me. And before that, I was getting like, there was a moment I got 27 out of 40 for reading, and that was the primary reason to be mentally exhausted.
Interesting. Okay, so reconnecting with nature is really important. Reconnecting with nature, especially if you live in Almaty, is really easy because we have mountains, and like mountains, they have. There's a legend that we read when I was back in kindergarten. I still remember it, that mountains have the spirits of the elder. Like people who have passed away, like grandmas and grandpas who were wise, their spirits is in the mountains. And when you go up to the mountains, you kind of like, because it's like the highest peak of the surface, you kind of connect with the heavens and you get new energy. So that's a really nice tip. Aidana, what about you?
So I really lost my motivation, but not because of IELTS. Just it came right in time when I was preparing for my another exam, and I got low scores. For me, they are low scores, and I was so upset that I think I lost my motivation, and I cried for a day. Like I just lied on my bed and cried, and my parents tried to, I don't know, make me do something. But the next day, there was a Zoom conversation with you, and I know that you said you rarely do that, but I think if you would do that more often, that would be very great, because when you talked with us, you asked us if somebody on the conversation lost motivation, and you said, raise your hands. And I was thinking, should I raise my hand or should I not? And just because the day before I got my results for my another exam, I thought, okay, I have to be honest, and I just raised my hand and I started saying that education is a luxury, and that thought it stuck with me, and I started thinking and elaborating that thought, just because some people actually dream of studying like me. They dream of having tutors, they dream of taking courses for IELTS, they dream of, I don't know, going to school and just having an opportunity to study. And because of that thought, I couldn't make myself stop. I couldn't, lose my hope. And that way I had the motivation to practice and discipline myself afterwards.
Good. I'm glad that it stuck with you, because that phrase really struck me as well, because when I was younger, I was learning English and I didn't have, we couldn't afford tutors and stuff. And one thing that I would be into is I would be into watching documentary movies. For some reason, I was really into it when I was a bit younger, and it was mostly CNN that I watched and BBC sometimes. But I stumbled across a video of child marriages. I don't know, like I wrote CNN child, and the first thing that came up my search was child marriages. For me, it was really interesting. And then I stumbled across a video where a 9-year-old girl from, I think, Afghanistan is getting married to a 67-year-old man. And I saw the video and it like really struck with me. And the reporter said, the reporter asked the little girl what she wants to do, and her answer was simple: I want to go to school. That's it. And then it stuck with me for some reason. And then I thought, here I am, not wanting to do anything, and here's a girl who is forcefully getting married and who will, have so much trauma because of that. And her only dream is going to school. Something so simple, yet so deep, I thought. It was this one phrase, and she didn't say anything more. And when the reporter asked, do you have any other dream? She said, no, that's my only dream. I wanted to be a doctor, but now I can. So yeah, that stuck with me a lot. And I think that your problem is here. Your problem is not anywhere else. It's here. It's in the mindset. It's in your incorrect understanding of what studying is. Studying is not a chore. Studying is a privilege. And you need to know that studying is a luxury. Many people across the world, children across the world who are in Africa, who are forced by circumstances to work in very dangerous jobs, child marriages, people who are getting forcefully married at a very young age, they would die honestly, to be in your place. They would do anything just to go to school, just to gain access to education. And here you are whining about it. And it just, like, nobody ever told me that. But then it changed my perspective. And from that day on, I would never cry about having to study, because it's not that I have to study, I get to study. That is the difference. All right, so Zarina, Nurshikut, I'm sorry, what about you?
Well, I also had some moments of burnouts, like I was disappointed in myself because my efficiency have dropped, like the mock tests. Well, I was having low results on my mock tests, and like I lost all the motivation to do anything. Like I believe it happened usually on my weekends, but I always remember one video I watched about an wise person in India. He had said that it's better to stop, to have a break, than to give up. So like I understood that it's okay to have a moment of recreation, to have a timeout, but I have to keep going after that.
Exactly. So, all right, now let's talk a little bit about, because you all guys, one thing that y'all guys have in common is that y'all guys are, what is the word? Alumni of the course IELTS Success. And because we have to be honest, in Kazakhstan, especially in Almaty, there are many courses that prepare for the IELTS exam. But why did you choose exactly my course? Like, why was it?
May I start?
Sure.
It's like in my own situation, Kent, I was searching for IELTS courses for a while, and I noticed that most of the teachers have a low result of IELTS, do not have IELTS exam results as well at all. And then I come across you. I found your video that you were crying, like screaming to your mother that you got band 9, and I thought like, this girl got not band 9. She must be a very good teacher, and the papers must be there must be a very well organized system, the papers. And I really trusted you because you got yourself a really high score. You got maximum out of it, and your teachers got approximately like they're just a little lower than you, and the course has a very good high quality.
Thank you so much, Islam. I'm glad that there are still some people in the world that get motivated by the video of my reaction and not like irritated at it. Aidana, what about you?
Yeah, so when I searched for IELTS courses, it didn't take me long, because my teachers recommended her daughter. She got 7.5, and a girl that I met on scientific projects, and she got 8.0, and I thought maybe if they can, then I can do that too. And because of that, I reached to your your team. And also, some people say that maybe that's all marketing. Yeah, people believe that that's all marketing, but I think that not marketing makes a course great, but the result of their students. And because I've heard that you got a lot of students with high scores, I felt like I can trust your course, and because you guarantee a great score, I also believe that that's the course that I am going to take.
Yeah, that such a good remark. Thank you so much, Айдана. Многие в соцсетях пишут в Threads. Threads — это такая негативная платформа, знаете, там всех обсуждают, обсирают. И там недавно написали такой Threads, мне его еще скинул мой контент-мейкер. Там пишется, что у Сайки Дирали курс какой-то непонятный. Во-первых, она окончила только школу, у нее нет высшего образования, у нее нет педагогического диплома, а педагогика — это целая наука, как она может открывать курсы. К тому же, я считаю, что все, что она делает на своем курсе, это просто сплошной чисто маркетинг, ребята. Есть только одна достойная ответка — это этот стол. Если бы это был просто сплошной маркетинг, я не могла бы собрать даже одного студента, не говоря уже об очередном подкасте, да, с моими машинами, которые достигли реально своих желаемых результатов, которые достигли реально высоких баллов на экзамене IELTS. И вы правильно подметили, Айдана, что на самом деле мне очень нравится философия Илона Маска, когда он зашел в проект Solar City, там был тоже очень такой агрессивный, это был не маркетинг, это были прямые продажи, грубые прямые продажи, где ребята стучались из-за двери в дверь, говоря, что вот у нас такая вот продукция, купите у нас и так далее, и тогда Маск сказал то, что если продукция реально классная, ее не нужно будет так сильно рекламировать. И если вы замечаете, на всех вот креативах, на таргете и так далее, я никогда не рекламирую курс, не говорю, что это самое лучшее обучение, хотя это и есть так. Я всегда говорю, что вот мой студент набрал такой-то балл за счет этого-то, того-то, и на самом деле реально невозможно что-то продать, особенно массово, если это не помогает обществу, если это не улучшает социум, потому что ты можешь обмануть одного человека, двоих, но ты не можешь обмануть целую страну, ты не можешь обмануть, знаете, очень много стран, очень многих людей, они же по-любому тоже не глупые, именно поэтому, да, я с вами очень согласна, вы прям сняли с языка, так скажем, Майдана, говоря, что это не просто маркетинг. Наверняка в моей команде именно по маркетингу, по продажам, если вы зайдете, у нас вчера было собрание с отделом продаж. У нас такое было коммерческое собрание, где было собрание с контент-маркетингом, с отделом продаж, и наш отдел продаж настолько сильно горит этой идеей, этой продукцией, и они говорят, что вот реально, я не знаю, как люди не покупают наш курс, потому что это реально, объективно говоря, самый лучший курс. То есть я думаю, что команда не верила бы в это, если бы не было бы подтверждающих на это результатов, сертификатов и так далее. Поэтому, okay, let's continue. Zarina, how did you choose?
When I was also searching for courses for preparing for IELTS, I thought your course was most reliable one. When I reached to the manager and asked what does the course include, she sent me a list of freebies and list of things that I can take from the course, and that was really I haven't seen anything like that in other courses like Netflix subscription and so on, like list of band 9 essays, but if you prepare yourself, you have to find all of them by yourself and like have to organize everything. But when I bought your course, I noticed that everything is organized, structured, even in AdVibe. You break down every single question type in listening, in reading, in all sections. And I thought by by learning like that, by learning every single aspect of the IELTS, I can achieve band 8. So when I looked at the structure of your course, I thought that's the course I need, that's the course I will choose.
Thank you so much, Zarina. In fact, yeah, it's not like, I don't know, if entrepreneurs are watching me, they'll probably understand this, but when you create a product, it's like a baby to you, you know, like parents will understand this. It's like your toddler, and it's like, it's so dear to your heart. But honestly, if you look at it, really, you guys have everything that you need. If you're stressing out, you have a psychologist who has a degree in psychology and has an IELTS certificate of bands 8.0. You have your curators whom you can always contact, who will help you register to your exam. You have qualified, as I think Islam said, right, teachers who have a really high personal score, and that they can teach you, they can answer any of your questions. You have a platform. Now it is officially an app that you can download in App Store or in Play Market, and it is the first app in Kazakhstan, by the way. You have the motivational system. If you know, like, you're not motivated, it can motivate you. For example, get a bit higher. Let us pay your IELTS, or let us give you like a trip to Dubai. Let us, you know, like give you a car. You just have to study. Like, that is gold, because I've never seen that kind of, if I had that motivation system, God, boy, I would have studied so much harder myself. All right, Nurshighat, what about you? How did you choose our course?
I have similar situation with all of them. I was searching for a course and I found yours. And I found out that all of the graduates have constantly got their high scores around 7 to 8 to even 8.5. And I've visited one of your offline schools, had my trial lesson, and I find out that you give really detailed information about the IELTS exam, and the teachers themselves are really qualified. As Islam said, they explain very well, and that's the reason why I chose your course.
And guys, were your expectations met by reality? Are you satisfied that you chose like the course IELTS Success? Are you satisfied with the result that you got at the end?
I was expecting to have like the real visual lessons like on the online calls, but I didn't expect to find the videos that you yourself just discuss every topics on the reading tasks. Like I really like the videos that you made about reading, especially like you would like analyzing the questions and answering for the questions on the real-time mode. You were reading yourself, you were underlying all the words that you notice and how you tackle the reading tasks, and that really helped me, to be honest. I was looking after a person who got band 9 overall doing tasks, and I could mimic your techniques and then score higher than I usually do, and I got 8.5 for reading. I'm very glad for that.
Thank you so much, Islam. Dana?
Yeah, I also wanted to add to about Advibe platform. Except of those your videos, there were different mock tests. And my teacher, Mr. Nur Mohammed, once asked us a question: "Do you think, guys, that I give you too much homework?" But then I said no, just because like every lesson, for every lesson every day, we had to do one mock test of reading full length and then one writing, I guess, or something like that, except of the other homework that he gave us. And some people couldn't manage to do that on time, but I really tried to do that, like for every lesson. And when I couldn't do that, I felt so guilty that I couldn't manage to do my homework. And the Advibe platform gives you everything, like supplies you with everything to do it easily, and it's like gamified, so you feel excited when you do it. And also, I was happy that my teacher, he always gave us individual feedback, and all of the mentors, well, not mentors, I mean, our curators, they were with us through the whole time of preparation. And every time that I wrote, my curator, she answered very quickly. And even if that was after midnight, so I was happy that everybody tried to, I don't know, make the environment for me so that I will achieve.
Thank you so much. Now I can't, because you guys are, you guys are the students of Advibe. You know Advibe, but our new students, they will get to know our own app, like Saye Kidzirali app. Like, how cool is that? And the app even sends notifications. Like this app, I don't know if you see it, guys, or not, like the camera guys. But this app, it's something else. It is, as you, Aidana, said, it is edutainment. It's education and entertainment. It's made in a way that makes learning very interesting. If you know the system of Hogwarts, like Harry Potter, like they break you down into houses, into different houses. It's the same here. So you have your own faculty, you have your own team, and you're fighting for the sake of your team. And it has so many cool features that I cannot wait for our next time on our next podcast. I hope to get the new students who have used the app and who can share their excitement with me. Thank you so much, Aidana. Zarina, what about you?
I think the one thing that helped me in the course was feeling of ashamed. When your curator always texts you like, Zarina, have you done this? Or Zarina, why didn't you do that? I felt ashamed, and that really kept me going. And also Miss Salima, my teacher, she gives feedback on every single writing essay. And when I see the list of mistakes I made, I really feel ashamed, and I constantly try to avoid those mistakes. And when my curator texts me, I feel like I do the tasks as quick as possible, and I try to complete all the parts in Advibe. And so this feeling of ashamed kept me going in this preparation time.
You're so right. Whenever somebody's standing and they're like bickering over you, saying like, "Have you done this? Have you done that?" It's like playing the role of a very nagging mother, like, and that gives you the feeling of insane shame. And if people, like, you kind of feel that, and you kind of feel that I cannot just let this go, and I have to do that. All right, Nurshikot, what about you?
I'm really satisfied with everything that courses have provided me. I would really like to mention the teachers, Mr. Mohammed. I believe his work was really helpful because he have stopped multiple times to explain the topics I struggled with. For example, I was really struggling with writing tasks, and he have extended our expected course time for a week to explain everything, and I've increased my scores, and I'm really glad that he helped me.
Нуршигат, вы у нас учились в оффлайн формате, хотя вы с Шымкента, с другого города. Просто, ребята, я хочу, чтобы вы посмотрели на то, как выглядят «я вижу цель и не вижу препятствий» в форме человека. Почему вы выбрали именно оффлайн формат? Наверняка потому, что онлайн вам не нравится.
Да, мне онлайн-уроки никогда не нравились, потому что я верю, что на онлайн-уроках я не буду сфокусирован, и я всегда привык учиться офлайн.
И вы переехали с другого города на протяжении курса, на протяжении 10 недель вы были в городе Алматы ради этого курса.
Верно.
Очень классно. Как поддержали ли ваши родители, когда вы озвучили такое решение, что я хочу учиться офлайн, а центр не в нашем городе?
Изначально они не ожидали такого, они думают, что этот курс в Шымкенте. Но потом я смог их переубедить, и потом на протяжении 10 недель я каждый день приходил на уроки.
Очень классно. Многие ребята, они говорят нам, я живу далеко от вашего, допустим, центра, и они живут в 30-минутном расстоянии от нас. Ребят, человек переехал с другого города ради знаний. Respect, huge amount of respect to you. All right, so now let's talk about your reactions, guys. How did you react to your scores?
I feel a little embarrassed of the reaction, but when I first got the result, I was on a video call with my friends. We have a chat of 3 people, and we were on a video call. I was demonstrating my screen, and I was opening the IELTS app, and then I saw the notification came, and also the special, special section where the results are. And I saw that the results are available. I passed my IELTS on 28th August, and I opened my results on 29th August. And when I first opened, I saw that my overall band is 8, and then I just went silent. My friends were like screaming, "Islam, what happened? Why are you silent?" And then I just put my phone away, and I was like staring at the sky, like I was staying quiet, and then I started crying. Not out of happiness, I just was so miserable that I really was hoping for 8.5. But I got 8, and I don't know why, but I started crying. And then my little brother came. He saw that I was crying. I didn't answer his words. Like, he was asking what happened. And then he ran to my mother, and so my mother screamed out of the window, like, "Islam, what happened?" And then she came immediately. I was outside, by the way. And then she tried to calm me down, and also parallelly she was texting her other like group mates, her siblings, saying, "Islam got a very high score." Oh my god. But he's crying. Why he's crying? What do I do?
Is this a normal reaction, Chad?
He's literally shivering. What do I do? And then I didn't know that she was texting someone. I just by the end of the day, I just took her phone and I was going through her WhatsApp to check what she did, did she tell to other people, and I found that she was complaining that I was crying. I was crying like for hour and a half maybe. I was just sitting outside crying. I put my head down like this, and for the first time in my life I was crying for this kind of reasons.
I usually cry because of girls, right? Kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm
No,
sorry.
never.
No, guys. If you saw my reaction to 8, when I took it was also my second try. I was so happy with the score of 8. I think that right now we have this a bit of a devaluation of scores. People with like, whenever our students get 7, they don't want to tell us until we kind of reach out to them and call them. We're like, what did you get? And it's like, nah, it's not much. And we think, is it like 3.5? What did you get? And they're like, I got a 7. 7 and above for an intermediate level is crazy. It's insane. I understand partly why there's this whole devaluation of scores, like not being happy with an 8, because you guys are used to seeing like 8.5s that I kind of show a lot on social media, and maybe you think that it's normal to get 8.5, but it's actually not. Getting an 8, if you saw how many students get on a regular basis 5.5, there are way too many students who do that. You'd be more than content with your score.
I've noticed that later. I just opened the statistics and looked at, and in the world, the average score is 6, and in Kazakhstan it's becoming 6.5. I think your course had the effect on that, little shifting to the higher side. And also, by the way, my curator was screaming like when I first came to the center, I texted her that I'm here and I'm going to pass my exam, and she she texted me that she's hoping that I'll get 7. And when I sent my when I told her texted her that I got my results and I put the miserable emoji, she was asking like what was your score? And I said that 8. She was literally screaming by the voice message. I opened her voice message and she was, Islam 8, it is good.
Can you show us?
Maybe.
Who was your curator?
My curator is Miss Medina.
Oh, is it your curator? Who's your curator? Mr. Miris, and yours is Miss Dilnaz, right? Offline student. Show us Miss Medina's cream. We will post this, Miss Medina.
Вот.
Can I look at it?
После лимонов.
He was like, результаты вышли. Сколько так быстро? Да.
By that time, I was crying and there were tears rolling down my face.
Insane. All right, so it's such a cool score, guys. Whenever I hear that people get 7, we are happy because I know as a professional in the field, I know how hard it is to get a 6. Not talking about a 7. Mostly students come to us not with a C2 level, unfortunately. Usually they come to us with an intermediate, maximum finish intermediate level, and whenever they're not satisfied with their 7 or 7.5, it's like guys, come on, I scored 6.5 with C2. It took me 6 damn years, 20 damn tries to do this. It's insane, guys. All right, so Zarina, what was your reaction?
So the censor told me that the results will come up at 6 p.m. And when I was scrolling TikTok on 2 p.m., the notification came. I was shocked. My little sister was sitting next to me. My hands were shaking. We tried to open the app. I couldn't manage to push the buttons. I was really, really trembling. And when I saw the 8.0, that was really in a big font. I saw 8.0. I was, oh my god. We both were screaming and laughing, and she hugged me the first time by her initiative. She hugged me, and I managed to FaceTime my mom, text 2 of my best friends, text my sister in 1 minute for 4 of them. I was shocked. I was really proud of myself, and when I told my mom, she was also proud, and her colleagues that were next to her, they started to clapping, praising me and saying, "Wow, Zarina, that's good." I felt really proud, and I told my other friends. They were also giving me money for this, as a prize, and
we can make a business out of it, you want to hear my score, send me money, my Kaspi is here.
I made a lot of money to be actually. So every single person I know, they were praising me, saying good words. I was happy, and I put a tick in mind that finally IELTS is passed. I have my score. That was like sense of relax. I was fulfillment. I was relaxed. That was very good.
Your photo looks really nice.
Actually, I
No, I
don't
really,
think so.
I really like your photo. You have a very bitch face. I think, you know, like one thing that, Adana, can you show me your photo, please? I think one thing from which BC and ITP know that these are my students is from the bitch face card. You know, like y'all guys have this very serious face as if you're gonna like IELTS. Yeah, I've been preparing for this for 10 weeks. You know, like I know this. Y'all guys look so like I like your face card. You know, like my photo. Can I look at yours?
My hair is
No, I'm telling you, they're drop dead serious. They're like, I really like your photos. But more than your photos, I really like what's here. You know? All right. So interesting. You've made a lot of money. I unfortunately now I'm listening to you and I'm like, God, Saya, you fumbled so much because I told that I got 9 for free. You know, it could have been such a damn business. People get really good salaries. I wish I could have told them, y'all give me some money, y'all do something for me. I'm going to tell you something cool. You know, they would have done it. I should have talked to you earlier. You should have come up in my life earlier. Damn, now I'll do that for my other. You know, like I'll get into like university. I'll tell you, you want to hear something nice? Send me money, my costumes, or scan this QR code. All right, Nushigat, what was your reaction?
Well, I was kind of disappointment after my exam because I believed I failed my speaking part and I was really like confused and I kind of believed that I will get low score, like maybe 7 or 6, like 6 or 7. So and I was so stressed before I get my message notification. I was sleeping good and like that 24 hours that I've waited were really long. But at the evening when I got my notification, I opened it and like when I saw 8.0, I was really amazed. I was like shocked. I literally froze and couldn't say anything because my family was besides me and they were also like looking and they were confused why you're not saying anything, why you're just standing looking at your screen. And when they noticed the score, they also started to cheering me up and like saying I was good, started to sending like other family members to send me kurumduk. But like for that evening I was shocked because I believed I failed, but I was successful and I've got like hefty money after that.
Қазақтардың бір жақсы жері андай ғой, баласы бір сияқты сразу андай туыстар деген чатқа жібереді ғой, осындай алды деп ше. Okay, Айдана, what about you? What was your reaction?
So I can relate with Islam. It was kind of the same. My reaction is very funny. Every time that I show my friends my reaction, they started laughing. So my reaction was, I was so silent. I was like, okay, 7.5. And that's all. I was like, 7.5. Then I said to my mom, stop recording me. Stop recording me. I closed my notebook. I immediately wore my jacket and said, I have to go outside and walk for a bit. So I ate a lot of sweets that day. I ate a lot of Haribos, and I ate a cake. So I ate a lot of sweets that day, and I cried a lot. I cried that much that I already had some kind of, sense of a hole inside of me, just because I cried everything out. And for us, students with high expectations of themselves, it's sometimes very hard to understand that this is already a success. And even if we get 7.5 or 8, how Islam did, for example, we still don't feel fulfilled sometimes. And I think that it is important to look back at your previous course and understand that it is already a step forward. And maybe, how Zarina said, it's already a tick that you finished one exam in your preparation for application to universities, for example. So there is a song, I think it's Marina's song, that says, "High achievers, don't you see, baby, nothing comes for free."
Yeah.
So when you do that all, you have to understand that even if you get less than you wanted, it's okay. Like, I know that there's a quote, like, if you want to aim for a moon, and maybe if you sleep, you'll get among the stars. It's already so pleasing to hear it. So yeah, my reaction was kind of sad, but then I realized that that's already something. And I think that maybe that was my reaction because whole summer I prepared for IELTS. Even when we went to Turkey, everybody went to the beach and I stayed home. Like we were renting, and I stayed in the apartment just to study. Those 10 days that we were there, I studied a lot. And when everybody had fun, I studied and did my homework. And that maybe made me feel that I was miserable. But then I understood that some people, I don't know, shout and scream because of that, but that grade. And yeah, now I'm pleased with my score.
Um, God, I wanted to see something. It was a really nice thought. I lost it. All right. So, truly, wanting nothing gives you everything. And like 7.5, like Dana, 7.5 is the acceptable score for Ivy League, for Harvard, Stanford, Yale, name it, anything. You can get with this score into any university of your dreams for your bachelor's. It is more than enough, guys. It is, yeah. There's this phrase, wanting nothing gives you everything. For a long time I couldn't understand what it meant, because like we live in a very happily, unfortunately, because I very happy that we live in a capitalistic society, but we live in a society which dictates our desires and wants before even we realize what we want or need. And it always tells us to live in a mode of rushing and of achieving a lot more than you probably are capable of naturally doing. And then I stumbled across the monk phrase because I was studying different religions, among which was Buddhism. And Buddhists, they always they say that a person should never be tied to anything, whether it is real or not. Even our thoughts, such as our dreams and expectations, are a certain chain that we put over our mind. And it is a phrase that comes from monks, which they say, the poor can't sleep because they're hungry, the rich can't sleep because they're afraid that somebody will steal their wealth. And it's true, there's truth in it. And then they said that Buddha has come across the phase where he ate nothing, he meditated, he became enlightened, which Buddha means actually enlightened. It's not like a god or something. And then he said that you have to want nothing. Like the human soul, if it wants nothing, it will get truly everything. And I didn't understand this for a long time. I had this internal conflict saying, no, if you want nothing, you'll be lazy, you'll do nothing. But then I was preparing for the exam, and after the fourth try, I'd get 8.5s. It was a natural thing for me. And then on my try before getting a 9, one thing that I prayed, and it's important to choose your words, right? Because God listens, and God really gives you everything you need. And my prayer was, I was so sick of 8.5. I would be seeing it over and over and over. And then I was like, God, let this not be 8.5. I opened it, it's an 8. I said, well, there's logic. You have a really interesting sense of humor, but I don't like your sense of humor. And I opened it, and then I realized that the day before that I was too tied to this feeling, and I was trying to control my life, but my life is not like something for me to control, because it's in like, God knows better, God has better plans, and I cannot, even if I want to, I cannot change his plans. I accepted it, and then I said that, you know better, but just so you know, I'm working really hard, I'm going crazy. And then after this realization, after I said like, all right, I don't want this 9, whatever, I did my best, and you know that I did my best, and there's nothing more that I could do. More importantly, I'm satisfied with myself. I put everything I could, I put every ounce of my soul into this. It's fine. Whatever you decide, I will agree with this. I mean, like, not agree, I will accept it. And then next day I got 9, which was totally unexpected from my video. I was screaming, I was saying like, I thought it was 8.5. I thought I'm going to get 8.5, but nonetheless, it was that. All right, now guys, I want you to give one piece of advice. It can be motivation, can be technique, can be something about discipline, can be something about like a personal quality to the viewers that aspire to be as you, to get the same scores as you. It can be a very brief phrase.
It's not a phrase, but it's advice. When you're preparing, download the app called nabrать. That's the app where you track the time you're studying, and you can join the other study groups. And when you see like someone studying for 12 hours, someone studying for 15 hours, and your study time is like 1 or 2 hours, like you feel like others are developing, others are achieving very good things, and you are staying in one place. You'll stay in one place if you don't study. Like this sense will come up every time when you see others succeeding. So download the app and track the time you're studying. When you see when you see the process, when you see your statistics going upwards, it will motivate you to study more, to do more, and you will be waiting more results from yourself, and that will be the like source of your motivation. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So nabrать, guys, download the app.
I would say that do not forget about resting. Resting is as important as preparing. Like when you prepare continuously, like without any breaks, you get mentally tired and your brain get exhausted. Then your productivity will drop like sufficiently dramatically. But when you getting proper rests, like getting time for yourself, like doing for girls, they can do their makeup routines or just everyday like taking care of themselves, or they can just go out with their friends to cafes to have some music. And then for guys, they can do their favorite sports or just go with the guys to outside, they're cheering out like in the streets, like screaming, having fun. That's as important as preparing, because I've noticed that I've already told that my mom took me to a mountain hiking, and after that my scores just skyrocketed immediately. And before that, I was preparing like 6 days in a row without any breaks. Like I was isolated in my room and only preparing, and that really affected me mentally. I was able to keep up, but with the proper rest, I just score higher than I would if I didn't rest like properly.
Exactly. There is something that we call a learning curve, and no matter how productive you are, I think you guys know this because you're like my age. Before, remember, we used to have like school classes used to be 45 minutes. Now they are 40 minutes because the learning curve is going down because of many factors, one of which is, of course, social media. It eats up our attention span. So I totally agree with what you're saying, Islam, is because no matter how productive a person is, their brain's efficiency will start retreating after approximately 40 to 45 minutes. Well, if you were like trained to study, if you have no experience of social media, and if you're just used to studying, maybe it's like an hour and 15 minutes maximum. So it is important to do something efficiently than just doing something a lot. It is something that I always tell my team to do something that has the least fraction. Why do something that has a lot of fraction, that is difficult, if you can choose to do something that gives you the same result but requires less action? The what was it? From P, I think it started, the 80 to 20 technique is like that. So sometimes 80% of your actions give 20% of your results, and 20% of your actions give 80% of your results. And you have to maximize the 20% in whatever you're doing. You're so right. Aidana, what about you?
So there's a phrase, talent is nothing without discipline. And I actually believe that. I think that even if you have a talent, for example, for me, I studied English for a long time and it was easy for me. But then when you understand that something is easy for you, sometimes you think that you don't need to prepare that much as somebody else does. And that's why it's important to discipline yourself and discipline the time that you spend for preparation, and maybe plan your day with the time special for when you study for IELTS. For example, when I did that, For example, I woke up and then I had my breakfast, did some homework for IELTS, then I rested some time, and then I did again something, for example, IELTS mock tests. So I think that if you discipline yourself, even if you don't have a talent, you can achieve highest scores.
Okay, yeah. They're saying that discipline beats talent every time, and obsession beats discipline every time. So right. So guys, you have to be, because it's interesting. Like each time I hear people saying that the course is too intensive, there are many parents online who are criticizing the way that my course is built because of its intensivity. Like our children, they're studying for too long and etc. And there are many children who are like, oh, the course is too intensive, it's inhumane to do this and etc. I think to myself, guys, like how many hours did you study on average a day? It should be like 3 to 4 hours, right?
I think it's from 3 to 5 hours maybe.
3 to 5, so 4 hours on average. Aidana, what about you? How many hours did you study?
4 hours a day.
4 hours.
8 to 10.
8 to 10 hours. Respect. We usually do like this. Yeah, like this. What about you?
Like, I believe it goes up to 6 hours a day.
6 hours a day. So the average here is 6 hours. And I think like if out of the 24 hours you cannot find at least like 4 hours or 6 hours in your day for your dream, because guys, you're not studying for me, you're not studying for my exam, like your studying will not boost my IELTS score, right? You're studying for yourself, you're studying for your dream. If you're not able to give up 4 hours on a daily basis for your dream, then is it really your dream? Is it like, what do you expect to happen if you're not willing to work yourself for your own life? Like, that is my question. Good.
I believe it's crucial to, first of all, set your priorities. Like, you have to choose the score you want. And I know, like, the higher you get, it's better. But you first of all have to decide what the minimum score you will accept. Maybe like it may be B6 or to 7 to 8 or even 9. You may like aim to the highest scores. And after that, you have to set the proper like preparation methods. Yeah, how much hours you're ready to study, like does it intervene with your other interests, or does it intervene with your social life? You have to set your priorities first, because if you don't, it will like intervene with each other. Yeah, there will be complaints from yourself, from your family, and that really can affect your like mental health, your physical health, or like помешать твоей учебе, короче.
Exactly. I have a question for you guys. Would you right now, like, because Islam is from Shymkent, Zhigit is from Shymkent, Zarina is from Shymkent, or like so many people from Shymkent right now. So, would you fly to your hometown back? Well, if we paid for your trip, to change your clothes, because I said I don't like your clothing. Imagine I told you this. Hey, like you're very pretty, but I don't like your clothes. Can you please fly back to your hometown, to Shymkent? I will pay for your trip to change your clothes.
I would say no.
No?
Yeah.
I would also say no.
I would play it cool. I would take your money and then go to the nearest place.
No. You have to go to Shymkent and have to come back.
For this, I saw some interview of Elon Musk. He was like he asked the interview if she would like to receive $200 at a time at immediately. She refused. She did not refuse, but she said that it's the interview time and please don't talk about it right now. And he said that you lost the opportunity that you had to earn it. And I wouldn't lose the opportunity. If you are paying for my tickets to my flight, I would just get the time relaxing on the plane, like if you pay for that.
Okay, so you would. Aidana, you live far away. Would you do that if I paid for your taxi?
I mean, I respect my time, so just paying for a taxi wouldn't be maybe enough for me to go and change my clothes.
What is the one excuse that you'd tell me not to do that? Very simple excuse. You don't have to make it smart.
I have my friends around. I would ask them to share the house.
What is your excuse? I don't have time. right? You would tell me that. I don't have time to go to my hometown, fly back. Like, my time is limited, right? I think that is what you tell me.
Maybe, yeah.
Probably, yeah. Imagine this scenario. You fly to your hometown, you fly back to change your clothes. I give you $1 billion. Would you do it?
Immediately, yeah.
Where is the excuse I don't have time go? Where is the excuse I don't have time? Why do you suddenly have time now?
We live in the material world and the money matters in our world, so $1 billion are a huge amount of money.
Priority changes how you allocate your time. These people would never, even if I paid for their flight, they would never even spare an hour to go back home and to change, because they would use the excuse, I don't have time. I don't have time to do that. It's silly. But once it is in their priority, and once their brain truly understands why they need it, and the interest here is money, right? They do that, and suddenly the excuse of I don't have time goes away. I wanted to show you guys and everyone else that time is not it's not a substance that is hard and it doesn't bend. It's a substance that is like it's like a liquidy form. It's very flexible and it bends to whatever your priorities are. You prioritize studying, you'll do that. Your priority is flying back to your hometown because you need it, you will do that. For those who say I don't have time, you don't have the need to study. And for those who say I don't have the motivation to study, I'll tell you this: having no motivation, being depressed, is a privilege. I think I told you this. If you were a single mother having and raising alone 4 children, working 2 full-time jobs, you would have no such thing as I have no motivation if your kids are starving. If you had no roof over your head, if you didn't have any of the opportunities, and if your only survival from where you are right now was studying, your excuse would not be I don't have motivation. I want you to acknowledge the fact that firstly, I don't have time it's not an excuse. It's not even an excuse. And I don't have motivation. It's something that only privileged people say, that have a roof over their head, that have food on their table. If you were starving, like the kids dying out of starvation in Africa, you probably wouldn't say that, and I probably would never hear that out of your mouth. So just telling you that these 2 phrases, they're not excuses not to study. All right, guys, with this, we do this. It's a tradition from our last podcast. We all look at this camera. You see the one and the one above. Do you see it, guys? It is the one that's filming you. Now, guys, all of, people who are watching the podcast, you are getting energy from high achievers. Thank you so much for watching this podcast. It means a lot. I hope, and we all hope, that this podcast was useful, that you had some important insights that you can use in your IELTS exam. This whole aura of the table of high achievers is looking at you, and we're all wishing you luck and success in your life. See you.